I'm Eric Fuentes, and this is my video assignment for the University of Houston Clear Lake Spring 2026 semester of Sociology with the header of Deviance. The focus of this presentation is to describe details associated with a specific theory aimed at defining and exploring the origins of deviant behavior in society. We will review key tenets of the theory, some applications and critiques. I'll also include a few thoughts of my own. I've chosen to highlight control theory, specifically the social bond components offered by sociologist Travis Hirschi. The overall question this theory and its proponents aim to answer is not so much what makes someone deviant. They ask the question, what causes someone to conform? The major attributes of the theory derive from the belief that all persons have a tendency to engage in deviant behavior. It is our very nature to live contrary to authority, to push back against conventional ways of life. Theorists propose we need social control principles in place that help influence our deviant natures from active to inactive. When these principles are considered and applied to individual lives, society as a whole benefits from the downturn of deviant activity in private and public settings. The conclusion is, if social control is not in place, deviance is prevalent. Control theory declares that the answer to the question, what causes conformity, is social control over individuals and the full buy-in of the individual to this control. One of the most recognized theorists in this lane of thought is American Travis Hirschi, a University of Cal Berkeley doctorate. He wrote the book Causes of Delinquency in 1969, and it is still referenced a lot today in many criminology circles of thought. He is the author and proponent of the social bond theory. His theory promotes the idea that conformity is not birthed from moral superiority or the perfection of moral practice, but because people have a strong bond to society. The social bond theory is prefaced by the notion that all people are deviant by nature, and if this is true individually, it affects all of society corporately. An individual can have a strong bond or a weak bond to society. The strength of this bond will dictate the output of deviance in one's behavior. Simply put, strong bond equals conformity to conventional ways and means of life, and a weak bond to society lends an individual to deviant behavior in non-conventional ways of life. Hirschi expounded on this law of bonding by emphasizing four major components that are most helpful to understanding how this theory aims at relieving the weight of deviant behavior in society. When society is faithful to establishing these cultural components and consistently inviting an individual to live them out, the individual is compelled to be entrenched in the group and much less likely to upheave the society with deviant behavior. The components are attachment, commitment, involvement, and belief. Attachment. As one grows close to family, friends, and trusted mentors in common group settings such as the home, school, and team events, they are more likely to trust those they know to know them. And when someone is known, they tend to care more about what others think about them. This closeness gives opportunity for teaching and learning the virtues of the society. What values are upheld, the difference between right and wrong, and seeing the consequences that deviance has on life. One may be compelled to grow intellectually in this setting, so as to interact with society on a more level ground of thought. Understanding the world around us the way others do and having our own perspectives acknowledged can be highly bonding. Commitment. As one invests time and energy into conventional actions shared by the majority of society, the social bond solidifies. The pursuit of education and employment can be a way of improving one's status in the group. hence growing in a respected reputation that comes with more influence, more responsibility, and more bonding. Commitment can lead to secure concept of purpose. This purpose helps people find their place among the society. Once this is established, the bond becomes even stronger with the belief that they are needed. This inspires achievement goals that increase purpose and benefit to the individual and the whole. Involvement. Involvement includes occupying time with conventional activities so as not to make room for deviant thoughts and behaviors. The pursuit of involvement in activities are acceptable, beneficial, healthy, and conventional helps a person to be familiar with these traits of life that when they are confronted with deviant opportunity, whether internally or externally, the bond to the social control of involvement counters the desire to carry out deviance. Involvement can reinforce social bond through serving the community, rallying for a cause, recreational activities, hobbies, and studies. Finally, we consider belief. This principle is marked by the total buy-in of the individual being invited into the social norms that are offered. Trust is established that these norms are a place of safety, peace, care, and prosperity. As this belief is rooted in their life, they welcome the influence this society has on them, and they are more confident to offer their influence in return. This society now shapes what they believe about the world around them, what they believe about themselves, and what they believe about others. And in my opinion, this is the ultimate proof of a strong bond to a society. And finally, to sum up my thoughts and feelings on the theory, of all the theories presented in this assignment, I am most compelled by Hershey's social bond of theory. The themes emphasized in this theory cast light on the need for community in our lives. We cannot live this life alone. Hershey's perspectives on attachment and commitment, involvement, and belief, they ring true in my own life and my own heart. And these are principles that I actively keep aflame in my life and try to practice. And I will often offer them up to those that I counsel and interact with.